from NBC 26. Here's Wisconsin Tonight.
Coming up tonight in our show, these men from the Wounded Warrior amputee team remember their times under Friday Night Lights. You're going to hear their emotional story.
It gives you the sense of control and you realize I want to live.
And this woman's fight to help veterans returning from war after tragedy ends her love story too soon.
Good evening and thanks for being with us on Wisconsin Tonight. Friday night, of course, a big night for high school football. And this past week, an amazing group of former high school football players were in Green Bay, the Wounded Warrior amputee program.
Love these guys. They're a national team, but 4 members of the team are from Wisconsin. This week, they took part in the City Stadium Veterans Run, with all proceeds going to their team. And believe you me, this is a group of athletes who absolutely will not quit. They were warriors on the battlefield, more knocked down but far from out. And while they may have certain disabilities, they refuse to let those slight problems get in the way of reliving those glory days of before the war.
It takes me back to my pee-wee football and high school football days, just to get back out there in the field and be part of the team again.
The love of competing is what keeps them going, and the message they have for those high schoolers taking the field on Friday nights: savor every moment.
I tell them, hey, 4 years, that's all you have to play football in high school. After that, who knows what's going to happen. So play with all your hearts and just go out there and do your jobs.
The amputee team takes on former NFL players around the country. It's all in fun, up to a point, up to when the old competitive juices start to flow.
That competitive spirit kicks in, especially game day. The next morning, that's when you're like, oh, you know what, let's just keep it to fun.
Like I said, absolutely love those guys. You have to see them play, folks. If you ever get a chance, they're on national TV quite a bit, actually. They're going to be at the Super Bowl again.
Oh.
They're playing with the prosthetics that come off during games, and they don't care. They just put them right back on, and they hit somebody. Love the Wounded Warrior amputee football team.
Good to see him still going. Good
Absolutely.
for them. Well, sticking with Friday Night Football, we have a good matchup tonight on our Showdown Game of the Week on My New 32.
Absolutely. The Appleton Xavier Hawks take on the Seymour Thunder. Remember doing this game last year? It was a rough one. The game gets underway in just about 20 minutes. Terrible Teddy Stefaniak has a preview.
Welcome to a cool and rainy Thunder Stadium, where Xavier and Seymour will be playing football tonight on Showdown. Xavier comes in with an exciting quarterback. If you remember last year, Matt Ferris was the player of the year, set all kinds of records at quarterback. Well, now they have a junior doing just as well. Zach Simons leads the state in yardage thrown and touchdowns thrown. He's an exciting player. On the other side of the ball, Seymour's got John Dietzen. Y'all know about him. He's a Badger recruit. The right tackle is 6'6", 346 pounds. He's a big guy. He's looking forward to taking on the Hawks tonight. Xavier and Seymour kickoff at 7 right here on My New 32. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Ted. And like he said, you can catch the matchup between Xavier and Seymour on Showdown tonight. Ted Stefaniak and Dean Leifsgang are going to call that game, and it is on My New 32. And again, kickoff at 7 o'clock right after our show.
I knew he'd either have an umbrella or his hood up because he's so sensitive about his hair. It's unbelievable. Once
Ted.
he sprays that thing down, it doesn't move. He's very careful with that.
Awesome. Well, let's move on to the pros. This Sunday, thousands of fans will be back in Titletown for the Packers' home opener against the Jets. Coming off a loss, though, to Seattle. What do we got to do?
Can I quiz you on something?
Okay, try.
Okay. Since 2002, there have been 100 teams that have gone 0-2 to start the season. How many of those teams went on to make the playoffs? 3 guesses.
10.
No.
5.
No.
17.
But you're really close. 9.
I was close.
Only 9 out of 100 made the playoffs after starting out 0-2. I think that says it all. Almost a must-win for the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field.
Okay, so we're going to be watching that game very, very, very closely. So first, though, we got to take a look at your game day forecast. Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland joins us now. Cameron, you're predicting, though, some pretty good weather for this Sunday, right?
I am. Winter coats and umbrellas for high school football this evening, but for the Packers, you will want your sunglasses and probably your shorts and t-shirt, because it's going to be a lot warmer than what we've been seeing in the last couple of days, and a whole lot warmer than the last time a meaningful game was played at Lambeau Field. You remember that back in January? Kickoff temperature of 5? Yeah, it's going to be about 65 to 70 degrees warmer than that. Tailgating temperatures will be in the lower 60s. For kickoff, right around 67 degrees. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds with southwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. By the fourth quarter, look for clouds mixing with some sunshine with temperatures in the lower 60s. Near perfect conditions.
Looks pretty good. We're going to take it, Cameron. Thank you. Well, if you are going to the game or you just have plans around Green Bay on Sunday, get ready for some traffic. The Wisconsin DOT says they expect backups, especially on 41 and 172, closures, Orange Barrel, and narrow lanes are going to cause those traffic slowdowns, so give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going. And if you are going to the game, here's a good way to help out some kids in need in our community. The Packers are hosting their annual Coats for Kids collection at Lambeau Field. They are accepting new or gently used jackets at the game.
Now, many Packer greats are returning for the ball game, and Titletown tickets giving you the chance to meet some alumni. At Sideline Sports Bar, Antonio Freeman and William Henderson will be on hand from 10:30 to 11:45. And at Burkle's one block over bar at noon, William Henderson will sign autographs for fans.
All right, changing gears here now. After her own love story was cut short, a Green Bay woman is on a mission to help soldiers suffering from PTSD.
No question about it. Charity Menning is using the rush of skydiving to help veterans in Northeast Wisconsin. Here's her amazing story. Charity and her fiancé Brad were a storybook couple, hoping to start a life together as soon as he left the war in Iraq. What neither of them expected was for that war to follow him home and claim another casualty.
My fiance was an 82nd Airborne paratrooper, and he suffered from physical injury and post-traumatic stress disorder, and he unfortunately did take his own life.
It was a pain only those who have been there can understand.
It absolutely ripped my heart out, and when that happened, I realized that I would never want anybody else to go through anything remotely as painful. There are no words for it.
After a year of what she calls deep depression, she got involved with the most unique of sports.
I absolutely love skydiving because it brings me so much joy. I love it. It's exciting. It's beautiful. It's one of the best sports I've ever tried.
Somehow, somewhere, while drifting through the atmosphere, she realized it's not just fun, it's more than that.
It gives you the sense of control, and you realize, I want to live, I want to control, I want to interact. And going through that is a very, very therapeutic process.
So she took that passion and knowledge and invited war vets to come along.
I know that skydiving has helped me, and if it can help anybody else, which it has, I want to make that more available to people.
Having lived with a post-traumatic victim and seen how tragically it can end, she has vowed to do her part to help those in that battle.
When you go through something really hard and develop things like depression or PTSD, it's really easy to get detached from life. And the practice of skydiving, the art of skydiving, is something that literally forces you to face the world, face your fears.
And here she is right now, joining us right here. Charity, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It was amazing being out there that day watching you do this. It's amazing what you do with the vets. Tell me how it got started.
Basically, when this past Memorial Day was pretty much the anniversary of Brad's death, so I decided to do something in his honor. And being an 82nd Airborne paratrooper, he was accustomed to low skydiving. So I went on my first tandem jump, and it was everything and more than I thought it would be. It was very therapeutic. It gave me freedom. It felt like I connected with the world again, and I appreciated it so much.
Absolutely amazing. What a powerful story. I mean, tell us, what is going through these veterans' heads as they're jumping out of this plane?
Well, veterans are accustomed to dealing with a lot of stress. And when you have a lot of stress, but you have no direction and no structure after coming back home and trying to reintegrate, this is a sport that requires a lot of focus and a lot of discipline. So it's naturally a very good fit for somebody who is accustomed to a lot of stress, focus, and discipline. It's great to get back involved with something that has that kind of a structure after losing it.
You know, we're going to work together trying to get some other vets involved with this, do some fundraising things. Just contact me here at the station. One last quick thing, Charity, what to look for if you have a loved one that you think battles post-traumatic stress?
A couple of the common signs are that the person will stop interacting with people, they'll stop going out and enjoying things, they get rid of their hobbies, they get rid of things that they've held on to for a long time. And if you see these warning signals, reach out, be there for somebody, let people know that you're concerned.
Fantastic.
Okay,
Charity,
advice.
thank you so very much.
Thank you.
You know, I would have jumped that day. I wasn't afraid. I just had my good church clothes on.
We'll get you to do it someday.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Still ahead on Wisconsin tonight. Here in our states, we race lots of things. Cars, horses, but birds? Well, one city is doing just that. The feathered friend that they're using.
And Cameron is putting the final touches on your weekend forecast. Let's see if we can move those 50 temps out and bring some warmer weather back in. We'll be right back.
Wisconsin Tonight on NBC 26 with Cassandra Duvall, John Mino, Sports with Larry McCarran, and Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland.